when he did that, Nick,
Flag for taunting. I don't know what that is.
I was just watching it to you. I'm like, what the
What was that?
What was that? What are you doing?
And Vilma's reaction was perfect.
That's disgusting.
Welcome to He Did This to Me, the sports podcast from a father and son who happen to be mostly optimistic Knicks, Mets, and Jets fans. My name is Nick, a.k.a. Goody, and with me is my old man, a.k.a. the big guy, Noel. And just like his name, all we do is win. Let's get to the show. It's time to begin. Show number 100.
100, young man. Well done.
And, hey, we got here on a night where we have the Knicks winning 3 in a row, the Jets getting another win. They're now 3-2 in their last 5. But we will go ahead and we will start with the Knicks. We just went ahead and take care of business against the Toronto Raptors, who were on the second half of a back-to-back and looked like a team that not only was on the second half of a back-to-back, but maybe went out in New York last night, quite frankly. The Knicks were able to take care of business. They've won 3 in a row. They're now 13-6. How do you feel about them, big guy?
I like what I saw today. I like what I've seen recently from the Knicks. I mean, obviously, they won 3 in a row. And, you know, you could say they were playing against subpar competition, but I never really consider that. As we know in the NBA, if you don't bring it, you're going to lose, you know, to any team. So I think they've been playing well, even with some of their main guys not playing great. Like Cat didn't have a great game today. He didn't have a great game the other night. And they still figure out a way to win. He still figures out ways to contribute, which is what I like to see. And, still missing OG, sorry. Still missing OG. So,
Got an update on him, though.
Right, I saw that, where he's playing 3-on-3.
No contact.
No contact. I don't even know what that means.
How are you playing 3-on-3 with no contact? What exactly?
What does that mean exactly? Everybody stay away from one another.
Are they just like running drills? Is he just like running like 3-man weaves with 2 other guys?
Maybe, yeah. He's running up and down the court like a 3-man weave with no D and, no nothing. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it.
I don't know. That's, to me, that's the only, you can't actually play 3-on-3 with no contact. There has to be some sort of just running
But
drills.
I think he's maybe doing that, and he's just running straight lines. They're not even sharp
it's like
cuts.
baseball, where they say that he's still running in a straight line, but he's not turning. He's not turning.
Not doing any cuts. No cut. And what is he, a hammy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he just can't really.
Bust it. Can't go 100%.
Right. He can't go 100%. And that's scary, man. That first time he goes 100%, he's got to do that before he gets back on the court.
Of course he has to
do
that.
But, sometimes these guys come back from the hammy, and it seems like as soon as they go all out, they blow a tire, and then it's all over.
I think that you don't even really know what 100% is in practice scenarios. I think that, you go that extra. He's got to push himself, but then you go that little bit extra in the game, and that's when you end up popping the hammy. And if you remember the play where he, went down, it didn't look like he was doing anything crazy. And all of a sudden, he just grabbed the back of his leg and limped off the floor.
If he, we have to, especially as we continue to play well, or decently at least, we have to let this guy heal, man. We cannot bring him back at like 92% or like 89, but no. This guy's got to be like 98%. I mean, literally 100%.
I totally agree. Imaging-wise and also how he feels. And then we're going to test him quite a bit before we bring him back. If I'm Mike Brown, and Mike Brown said exactly that. He said, we're not going to rush him. So that makes me feel good. I mean, we're at the part of the season where you definitely have the time to make sure that this guy gets all the way better. And as much as we miss OG, we're seeing other people. You got Shema out now for at least another 4 weeks. And then you have OG, being reevaluated. So it looks like he's probably at least another couple weeks away. And, you have guys coming off the bench, guys playing bigger roles than they were even before. Those guys being Tyler Kolek, especially coming off the bench and doing his thing. And Mikal Bridges is just, he's been unbelievable, Dad. If he's offensively, I still would like for him to be a little bit more aggressive. There's times where he gets lost and he doesn't take many shots. And I know that he can basically, he's a 3-4 level scorer. But defensively this year, we're going back to like that old Bridges, like back on like Phoenix Bridges back in the day where he was, an all defensive player. I mean, right now, he's second in the league in stocks after Wemby. I don't know how you're not having him firmly in the conversation for any type of all defensive teams.
Of course. He has to be. And, he's just playing fantastic. I mean, the guy is just going so hard. He's a hell of a ball player, Nick. He really is, because he's a winning type of ball player. There are more spectacular ball players, but he does everything right on the basketball court. He really does. He does very few things incorrectly. Does he make mistakes sometimes? Of course, as everyone does who endeavors to play sport. But he he just consistently goes so hard on the court and just plays smart basketball over and over again. Anybody who still talks about picks with this guy is ridiculous. That's just silly talk. You don't watch basketball, or you don't watch this team to realize this guy, the value he is for this team. And on top of all of that, he's an absolute Iron Man. I mean, come on. The day he gets hurt, Nick, that's going to be like.
I mean, listen, if it ever happens. And another thing is when people talk about like a guy like AC Green and him having that great streak, right? AC Green was like a role player, like, he wasn't playing most minutes in the league like this guy Bridges is back then. Definitely not consistently throughout
but AC Green, for a lot of his career and some of those Lakers years, he was a starter, and he was a main cog on that team. He was, Nick. AC Green was significant on them Laker teams, I'm telling you.
He's no Mikal Bridges. And the other thing that I like about Bridges, something that I've noticed recently, and this is definitely not something I had on my bingo card, but this guy seems like one of the leaders of this team as far as holding other people accountable. There's compilations of him.
You see him, absolutely.
Getting on people for not getting back, getting on Cat for not being where he's supposed to be. And, the Knicks need a little bit more of that.
And guys seem to take it. I mean, nobody seemed upset with him yet for doing it.
The way he conducts himself as a player.
Such a nice guy.
He's such a nice guy, but also he's almost beyond reproach because he always gives all the effort and is always in the right spots and all those things. I saw him tonight get mad about there not being any help defense on Brunson when somebody got him down into the paint. It's like, you have to know. One of the things that I noticed at the beginning of the season that I think the Knicks are doing a much better job of, but Bridges continuing to have that attention to detail, is that the same way that the Warriors seem to always be aware on defense that they're playing with Steph Curry and people are going to be trying to hunt him, the Knicks have to do the same thing for Brunson, and they're doing a much better job of it, and Bridges is one of the best at it.
Yes. No, he's definitely helping when necessary, and definitely just being a floor general out there. And it would seem that he's taken on more and a slightly different role since OG went down, obviously, on the defensive end. He stepped up his leadership and his play, especially on the defensive end, since OG went down.
Yeah, we saw the adjustment period when OG first went down, and you realize how valuable of a player he is and how many things that he masks by his ability to just play in space and always be something that you have to think of when you have the ball, because that OG at any time, if you get anywhere close to him and play with the ball, he's snatching it, and if you try to make any type of silly passes like across the court, he's not having it. And so him being out obviously has been a big blow to the Knicks overall defense, but I think that these last couple games we've seen some of the best defense against Charlotte, and then now again against Toronto. We're seeing some of the best defense from the Knicks that we have seen this entire season. They've been guarding the three. They still have little spurts within the game where they I feel like just like let go of the rope a little bit, but overall the defense has been much, much better.
Hey, and who's been playing fantastically is Josh Hart. I mean, Josh Hart has been playing fantastic. He's been much maligned at times. This guy has been playing his ass off and just been playing very, just been getting after it on the defensive end, on the rebounding, and his shots been dropping. There's no doubt about that. So, he's really been getting after it, and I like what I see from him, and he's been showing quite a bit of leadership too, and it would seem stepped up with the OG injury.
Honestly, Josh Hart, he has really impressed me recently with just his overall like consistency of his effort. And he seems like he's the person that's like settling into this Mike Brown offense as much as anybody else. And the Knicks are not just parking him in the corner anymore. They're coming him, having him set that screen. Brunson's giving him the ball at the free throw line. He's making a quick decision, making great passes out to three-point shooters, and being aggressive and shooting that like little short jump shot. And as you said, has been shooting much better from three since those first couple weeks of the season.
Much more confident.
Now we've seen Josh Hart go through stints like this before where all of a sudden he can shoot. I'm here to tell you that I feel like this one could be sustainable. And the reason why is my guy, Peter Patton. Peter Patton is the Knicks shooting coach.
Oh, is that the guy?
Yes, who had a great reputation coming in. The Knicks really, really went after him. Mike Brown really wanted him on the staff, and they say he's been working with Josh Hart quite a bit. I think that Josh Hart shot, what I noticed from him is he still jumps fairly high when he shoots his three-point shot, which not a lot of guys do. Deuce is another guy who's got a lot of elevation, and Deuce is another guy who's been shooting the ball great. But Josh Hart, what I notice is that instead of as he's jumping and loading up as he's up in the air, he's like loading up with his arms first, then jumping, and then putting it up. And I feel like that's probably a much more consistent motion and an easy thing to replicate. And I don't know. It's just what I see. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but I just hope he keeps shooting.
Yeah, I would find it interesting if Josh happens to be watching right now, and it's like, oh, jotting that down, then, hey, you never know. But
it wouldn't be the first jump shot I fixed.
Yep, there you go. But listen, Deuce is shooting much better too. I mean, come on, man. These guys are shooting with a lot more confidence. There's no doubt about it. Just you could see in their stroke. But then again, look at who's not shooting with quite as much confidence is Cat. Okay, but that's been the last few games.
I don't even know if it's a lack of confidence with him. It's just he's just not shooting well. I see him still taking those shots. He doesn't look like he's hesitating on them. He just
a little bit to me, and a little aiming. Clyde even said something about it today. If Clyde said it.
Clyde always likes to say if somebody misses a shot, he always says they're aiming it. But that's one of his go-tos for sure. I think that I've seen there's times where I've wanted Cat to be a little bit less confident with the three and be like, bro, you've missed like the last 6 threes. Go to the rack, which he has seemed like he's been doing more. His dad, Carl Towns, said that he's got to go inside first and then the shot will start falling. But what I've been impressed with Cat about is that, like you said, he's found a way to contribute even in those times when he's not shooting the ball well, and he's found different ways to do it as well. It's it's a big rebound here, it's stealing the jump. Cat, he's not just like totally crumbled by the fact that he can't shoot the ball right now. But I keep waiting for it to switch. I thought it was switching. That we had that one massive game, and I was like, all right, Cat's back. And in these last couple games, the jump shots a little bit.
It's been pretty bad. Cat, his defense at times is still maddening. But that's going to be Cat also too, Nick. I mean, one of the main things that bothers me about him at this point is he still needs to pump the brakes some on the complaining. It's just like, dude, man, come on, man. Just even when you're right, which quite often you are, just pipe down, man. I mean, people, you're becoming you're a personal meme. He's becoming a meme. I mean, it's just stop. Just try your best not to. I get it that you're right. It's not helping you. It's not a good look.
I mean, so what are you're saying that you think that the refs are giving him less calls because he complains so much?
I think it's human nature, Nick, to be annoyed by somebody who complains all the time.
Literally, it's the number one thing that a ref has to do as far as
so
their
what?
job,
You can
which
say
is
that
not be emotional.
You can say that all you want. You can say it all you want, but let's face it, we know it happens. If you were a ref, it would affect you. It just does. So I'm not saying you have to be a prim and an angel. I'm just saying it's not working to his advantage. I don't think. I just think he needs to just chill out a little bit. And I think it's bad energy for him, most of all. Even beyond just the ref thing, I think it's bad energy for him and for the team. That's the main issue. I like to think the refs can control how they feel about this guy, But there are times when he just goes a little overboard to me. I mean, he could just chill out a little bit.
I think the refs should do a better job.
That may be true too.
And I
both
can't
can
imagine.
be true.
I can't imagine how frustrating it would be to be Karl Anthony Towns and play in this league where it seems like he gets called for everything and he doesn't get those same calls. I get it. I can see why it'd be very annoying. Why he would be so frustrated with it. But I do agree that yes, I mean it's not helping him. You know what I mean? Like I do agree with that point. So I don't know, man. I feel for the guy. I really do, because I watch and it's like he got hit 3 times on that play, and it's just like I don't understand why he doesn't get that call. And if it really is some sort of like bias from the refs, I think that really sucks, because that's their job.
I don't think it's bias from the refs. I think he's a hard guy to officiate, and I think there are some bad calls against him. But I also think Nick, the way he plays, he commits a lot of fouls too. He's just very herky-jerky in his movements.
Yeah, I think he gets called for the fouls he commits.
I think
he gets called for the vast majority of them. I think he gets called for some that he doesn't commit.
I know. I think he gets called for some of them. Right. I think he gets the short end of the stick sometimes, but I think he's just, a hard guy to officiate. But I'd like him to do a better job. I'd like him to, shut up.
Yeah, your boy Deuce started off the game 4 of his first 5 from 3. He missed his first one, hits his next 4. Deuce is it's we're like 0-4 or 0-3 in the games Deuce hasn't played. So I mean, it just shows you how important he is. His ball pressure on the defensive end. This is the lineup that I've always screamed for. Is the Deuce at the 2, and when OG comes back, it's OG at the 4 and Bridges at the 3 with Cat at the 5. I like that Mike Brown is willing to make adjustments on the fly when it comes to the overall lineup. I like that he's experimenting with different things, and I think that as much as we are going to have times on the court with Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson, to maximize Cat, you have to play him at the 5. That's where he has the most impact offensively, and you have to have a good chunk of the game where he's doing that. And then you just, got to look at the matchups and, look at the flow of the game and make those. That's why Mike Brown gets played the big bucks.
Yeah, well, I've been a Deuce fan since day one. I've always been pro Deuce.
He still did, of course, dribble the ball off his foot at one point.
Yeah, he did one time. Yeah,
For a guy who does not dribble often, he does that a lot.
But he hasn't had many turnovers at all this year.
Not that many turnovers.
He's played very well. So, I just think Deuce is a good player. I think it's obvious, in my opinion, that, Leon, if when those trades went down and everything, if he was presented Deuce or Quick or RJ, I'm happier that we made the moves that we made and we kept Deuce. I really do think, I think Deuce is better than Quick. I think Deuce is better than Quick. I mean, I just think he is. Because he plays much better defense.
Quick's just a much better ball handler, though.
Quick's a better ball handler, yeah.
You'd be able to get that whole like Brunson not always having to handle the ball thing. That would be a lot different if you had Quick. Listen. The reason that it's not even a conversation is the money, the difference in the money. Which, that's going to be interesting to see how that all goes down after this season with the Knicks and with Deuce. Because, he's going to demand money. Enough people around the league know about this guy at this point.
No, you're going to have to up Deuce's money, but we'll see how much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets like $12 million a year now, right? Something like that.
That's what he gets now?
I think so.
No, he gets
Not
like
even?
$3 million.
Oh, $3 million a year.
He gets it absurdly low. It's crazy.
So he's going to have to get at least like $50 million a year after this.
15?
I think 12, 15. He's good, Nick.
What do you mean he's good?
I think.
Somebody else wants to give him 19.
Well, then he goes to where he gets the 19 and gets paid. I get it. If he wants to do that, I understand.
He's our guy, so we should have his bird rights or whatever. We should be able to go like above. But I don't know if that gets us now into the second apron. All that shit's so hard to understand.
He's much more, come on, man. You don't want to be playing in Sacramento. I get it. It's more money, but, Deuce is Deuce because he's Deuce for the New York Knicks.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
How'd that work out for Isaiah Hartenstein?
No, Isaiah Hartenstein went and he got paid and he went to a great team. So that's good. No, if you can get paid and go to a great team, a team that's already great, and you're just going and adding in, you 1,000% you should do that. But if you're getting paid and you're going to New Orleans, you know, I don't.
You're not going to hear douche chants on the road if you're playing
No.
any other team.
No,
Period.
You're not. That's over.
It's
Okay,
over.
Dunsky.
It's over.
Yeah.
Nobody would even. People start calling you Miles.
That shit would piss him off. You know, they're gonna start calling him Miles. That's right.
Yeah, I was calling him Miles last year in the playoffs after a couple bad games. But
Deuce, he's our guy. He's Deuce. He's all right.
oh, I love Deuce. The handle thing still drives me bananas.
There've been some times when you've been anti a couple guys on this team who will remain nameless.
On this current roster,
Oh, absolutely.
there's definitely some times where I've been very frustrated with Deuce. Like I said, he was Miles to me for a while. Last year in the playoffs, he had a stint that was horrible. But if he could just dribble, it would just make everything so much better. But I love Deuce. I mean, the defense at the point of attack is fantastic. I love, like I said, when he gets to do that. And now you get McHale off of that, point of attack defender. And I mean, he had Ingram all fucked up today. Ingram was in jail.
He did. He really did play well against him. And Ingram's a tough cover, you know. I mean,
very tough.
He's so tall, and he can really shoot. But I thought McHale did a very good job against him. He was aggressive and just was constantly active. I love the way he plays the game. I thought the other night actually. Now, this will be a potential sore spot, but I thought actually against Giannis the other night, although Giannis did some things and whatnot, and then we gave up a lot of threes and all that, I thought Josh Hart did about as good as he could do against Giannis.
I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought he
Why
really
would that be
did.
a sore spot? What's the sore spot?
Well, because they gave up all those threes, and that was annoying. But I think against a guy like Giannis, man, you got to consistently double a little bit, and that gets you out of sync for everything else, especially on the perimeter. Giannis is he's incredible because if you don't double him when he's facing, he's going to go around the person and do that go gadget arms and lay the ball up. And and then if he's got his back to the guy, if you don't double him, he's going to spin to that side and go to the back. I mean, he's just really incredible. The thing is, he can't shoot a jump shot, but you still can't stop him. And they let him get away with more walks than anybody in the league. That's it.
Yeah.
Fact.
No, that's crazy. It's
Fact.
crazy the amount he's able to. Luka's another one too, where he gets that ball spinning and he gets to take some steps and shit. But
the carries in the NBA now too.
It's out of control. It's out of
It's
control.
just-
The carries
it
and
changes.
this whole step through thing where it's like you could step off your pivot foot and then step to another foot where it's just like, no, you have to keep that pivot foot down. That's always been the rule.
Heck, that's what I've been screaming about that now for a couple of years. That dude, he left his pivot foot, and people say to me, "No, well,
It's a step through, they call it.
step through."
I don't know what it is. Your boy
on,
Anthony
man.
Edwards does it all the time. Anthony Edwards does
Exactly.
it all the time.
Come on, man.
Yeah, nah, it's
It's an
ridiculous.
extra
It's
step.
ridiculous. And look,
Bullshit.
you can have proper footwork and not travel and still be excellent. We get to see it all the time with Jalen Brunson.
For the most part, Jalen Brunson does that fine. He does do that step through shit on occasion. I've seen it a couple of times, and I've been like, oh. But he makes the shot, so I got no
I don't
problem.
know. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never seen that shit. I
Right,
ain't never seen
okay.
Jalen Brunson do anything wrong.
Right, okay.
No. What's up with Yabu Sile? Is he rounding
Yabu
into
Dabba
form?
Doo.
You know that he came out and he
Rounding
said
into form.
that he didn't.
Yeah. He's lighter now than he was last year, which is astounding when you think about it. That kid needs to be in the old school gym with the gray sweats on, just
with the trash bag shit.
right. With the straight trash bag.
He's played better the last couple games, Daddy.
Played better. He's a little more active, but I mean, listen, man, dude could stand. I mean, and listen, I'm from the Thick family as well, and somewhat, but still, come on.
You're from the Thick family?
Well, I'm some would say a bigger fellow. I'm not skinny by any means.
Bigger fellow?
But I'm not. I think he needs to.
Bigger fellow.
I think he needs to pull it together a little bit. As a pro ball player. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know, I was on Melo before I called the Melo thing before anybody. Okay, I said Melo needed to lose weight years before anybody said it. You thought I was being too harsh, but it turned out it became a thing, Nick. You know, I called skinny Melo years before it really happened. Yes or no?
It's true. It's true. You were always on Melo, but you always said that he needed to lose weight and gain a little bit more lift.
And he did gain more lift.
No, there
as
was
well as he played better.
There was no more lift.
There was more lift, Nick.
He played better.
He did play. He did play. He was more active. He was more active defensively.
When
he played those last couple of years when he was coming off the bench.
You think he was better than when he was one of the best players in the league?
No, I'm not saying he was better. He was older, but then for him to be able to compete at an older age, he lost a little weight. He did like what Luka did, but he did Luka before Luka.
I don't know.
Come on,
I don't know if we're going
that
far.
Come on,
I don't know if we're going that far. I do remember later on in his career where Melo lost some weight for sure.
That's right, and he lost weight. Why? Because he needed to, and it made him a better player. Right then in his career, he needed to. Right then.
So do you think that he would have been better earlier in his career had he lost some weight?
I do.
But then what about the bully ball?
The bully ball would have been there because he'd had that wiry strumpf, and he'd have been fine.
Melo's not a wiry guy.
Well, but if he worked hard enough and he got off the bonbons.
Yeah, he would never become wiry. He's never become a guy that you would describe as wiry. But a guy who is wiry strength type, Bridges.
Bridges is wiry strength.
He seems like he's gotten a little bit stronger this year.
He does.
And Brunson, man.
I would say Brunson's got stronger.
Brunson's got stronger and he's got skinnier somehow.
Brunson's got stronger. He's a little more, a little more in shape. But dude, man, I don't know what that guy did, but his right hand is so much better.
He really worked on his right hand this offseason, or at least made an emphasis to start using it more.
Yes.
And I mean, against the Bucks, where he just was just like just dancing around the right elbow over and over again, and there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing he can do. He got like 3 or 4 possessions in a row where he just got like some sort of jumper from that right elbow with a guy right on top of him, but it doesn't matter. Splash.
There are times, Nick, where I almost feel sorry for the opposing team because it's ridiculous sometimes the things he can do, and his shooting. Listen to me, man. He played well at Dallas. He didn't play like this, man. He's just so consistent.
Listen, the other day I watched
some of those playoff games.
I watched.
Amazing. He had 45.
I watched the highlight reel of that.
He was doing shit like he does now.
He was doing shit like he does now, yo.
But they never thought he could do that shit consistently. You know, he's doing almost shit like that, Nick, for a season now. Realize that, because Brunson, he's not scoring 45 a game. Brunson is a 30-point-a-game scorer.
I mean, he's made All-NBA 2 years in a row.
That's what I'm saying. So nobody, when he did that, those 2 games or whatever,
they didn't expect that. They didn't see that.
Nobody could have.
But they should have. No. You have this guy. You have him in your building. You get to see the maturation of him. I mean, if my team didn't give that guy a 4-year, $55 million deal when he was looking for it, and he ends up getting away, I would be livid.
Of course you would, but I mean...
And I would say that's the whole thing I want you guys to do is evaluate talent, and you should be able to do a good enough job that you don't fucking lose this guy.
They blew it. There's no doubt about it. They blew it.
Yeah.
They blew it. And honestly, you could look at that and see that's the start of the downfall. You know, to lose him and then a couple years later lose Luka.
That was Nico's thing. Nico came back at Mark Cuban with that. Well, hey, you lost Brunson in the first, but that started this whole domino effect.
It's not a good loss. It's not ideal.
Not ideal for sure. No. But speaking of Dallas, your boy Cooper Flagg, he had his first big game.
Yeah. So that dunk he had 35.
Yeah. Youngest player to score 35 points in NBA history.
Wow, really?
Dad, remember, he's supposed to be a freshman
I know,
right
but
now.
I thought maybe LeBron had a game his first year, but LeBron was still older than him.
Exactly. He's still like he because he declared early. He has a brother who's playing freshman basketball right now. Mm-hmm. So actually, I guess they did come in around the same year. His twin brother. Yeah, but I guess him and LeBron did come in like in the same like year as far as like class wise. But I just think he's a little bit younger than LeBron is getting into the league. I mean, it just this kid. People are talking about, oh, he's starting off slow. The whole him playing point guard thing,
That
I don't know
was
if
stupid.
that made any sense. Jason Kidd.
Come on, stop
Jason
trying to
Kidd
reinvent the wheel.
Trying to get too cute. Yeah.
Right, come on, with your clear glasses. Come on, man, just coach the kid and let him play, man. You're getting too slick.
You're getting way too slick.
And on that Mike McDaniel shit.
Yeah. But hey, I'm excited to see what Cooper Flag is going to be able to do. I'm glad he's seeing some success. I love his mom and dad when they're there courtside. His mom is so into it. I love it. I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
And Houston continues to look really good. The Lakers continue to look good. Bron is back. He's contributing. He's fitting in perfectly. The people whenever people try to say stuff like, "Oh, LeBron's gonna mess up the," what are we talking about?
That's just assigning your emotions onto this man. He's never given you reason to think that he's a selfish basketball player.
Never. If anything,
ever.
He's been criticized for not being selfish enough.
This is my point. So for anyone to, say that he's going to cause that kind of upheaval, it's just ridiculous. It's not. It has nothing to do with truth, and reality. No, they're significant. I mean, listen, OKC is just like, they're outrageous.
They just got Jalen Williams back, and they're just continuing to roll, man. They seem like a real juggernaut right now.
Real juggernaut, that's right. Did you happen to see that one play where our man Hartenstein got a
crazy block, and then it went the other way.
And wait, he got a dunk on like a alley-oop reverse dunk.
Yeah,
I was like, what the? Come on, man. If Hartenstein and this guy, the second fiddle guy still hasn't played.
Who?
Or he played and he got hurt again, because he was hurt again the other night.
Jalen Williams?
Yes.
He just came back.
Oh, the other night when I was watching, when Hartenstein got that dunk, he wasn't playing. He was on street clothes.
No, yeah, he just came back here recently.
Yeah.
There's so many, Jalen's in the league these days.
Oh my God.
It's hard to keep them straight.
Jalen Rose should seriously charge a commission,
Jalen Rose, right? There was
right.
no Jalen's before him.
Right. No, he should get paid for every guy that's named Jalen. He should get like 0.1% of everyone's salary who's named Jalen. I'm talking 0.1 of 1%.
He would be a super, super rich man just off of that small percentage. Because I remember one time, I think it was last year when we were playing OKC, there was like 4 Jalen's.
Right.
The OKC has 2 different players named Jalen Williams.
Let's get original, folks. Okay, stop with the Jalen Williams.
Stop with the Jalen's in general. Jesus, I mean, it's just no more Jalen's.
It's overkill.
No more at all. Overall, hold on. We got to talk about Mitch. We didn't speak about Mitch, and I got to throw out there. We were talking about Hartenstein getting the block and then then end up catching the oop. And Mitch had a play like that today where he got the he gets the putback dunk and then he gets the block going down the other way. Mitch, these last couple games, is starting to look more like himself.
Yeah.
The Orlando game, some of these other games, has not looked like himself. And I like Mitch better coming off the bench.
Yes.
I just think it more suits his style of play and who he is. I don't know why, but I just feel like it does.
Yeah, it does. He comes in and it's like he shot out of a gun, and I like that with Mitch. It just does seem to suit him better. It's who we are, better for who we are, and he's great with that second unit. And then mixing him in a little bit with Cat, I think Mike Brown's doing a good job mixing it up, and just seeing the different lineups and what we can do.
I'm almost sure that the last time you wore that hat on the pod, you took it off. Was that not a comfortable hat or something?
It's all right,
now you're
but
just over
honestly,
there. Now you just have a red line across your forehead.
Right, it's a little snug. It's a little snug, and it's it's one of those stretchies, and it's a large, extra large, but it's a little snug, and I'm not sure what to do.
You got quite the extra large head.
Well, still though, I have other large, extra large that fit fantastic. This
yeah, but that's Adidas though, man. They be on that European shit.
Right. Them small head European.
That's what it is.
See, that's it. Now there's a good, maybe big head American hat.
There you go.
Mets. All right, let's stick with the Mets then.
Much better.
Okay.
Yo, man, the league is interesting. You got a lot of teams on the come up. You got Detroit falling off. Cade Williams can't hit free throws at the end of big games. He's at a couple
Detroit
instances.
falling off? I mean, what's their
They
record?
just lost a couple games here recently. They're still pretty good. I'm pretty sure they're still the 1 seed. But this Cade Cunningham, I'm tired of people talking about him being better than Brunson, and he just recently had a couple games where he missed some late free throws.
That's it, really. He's not better than Brunson.
We're the best player on each other's teams, and Brunson sent them home last year. Like that's
right. But I mean, even beyond that, I mean, to the naked eye, he's not better than Brunson.
No,
I mean,
no,
I don't think so. I don't think that's being biased. I honestly don't.
No,
he's not.
He's not. I don't think it's even close. I mean, I think that Maxey is more of an argument, and I still think Brunson is better than Maxey.
Yes, Maxey's a problem. Yes.
Maxey's a problem.
Maxey's he's
1,000 miles an hour.
Problem. That guy is NASCAR. No, he's a real problem. I think he's more of a problem than
Cade Cunningham.
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I really do. He scares me more. And Cade Cunningham, late in the game, if you can just stay in front of him and make him pull up and shoot a jump shot, I'm not super confident that it's going down.
No.
Or you can foul him and send him to the line. Right. Whereas Maxey, staying in front of that guy is nearly impossible. And now he's got this boy Edgecombe to just throw the ball up to. That guy looks like a young D Wade.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Is Embiid? I haven't even kept up with it. Is Embiid playing much?
There's been a lot of load management with Joel Embiid.
Really?
He did play November 30th
Is he
against the
playing
Hawks.
less than say Mitch?
I don't know. Well, listen, he hadn't played in 1, 2, 3, 4. He hadn't played in quite a few games, and since November 9th at least. But he did play 30 minutes tonight. He had 18 points, 6 of 14. 0 of 3 from behind the arc, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block.
Okay.
Your favorite player, Joel Embiid.
Hey, good for him, man.
Good for him. Oh, yeah. You know that we are 100% on the 100th episode, as always. Fuck Embiid on this podcast. Yeah, man. Once you do that dirty shit to my guy, Mitchy no snitchy, you're never going to be back in my good graces. And I'm sure Joel really cares a lot about that. But Cooper Flag, like I said, having a good game. And then, have you, other than him, you got Edgecombe. Are there any other rookies that have, stood out to you this year?
No, I've really only heard about Cooper Flag. I love that kid, Knappel.
Knappel's pretty good.
He's pretty good. He's good, actually.
He looked horrible against the Knicks the other day.
I know, but I think he's going to be very good. He's a good ball player.
Yeah. What do you think about Lonzo Ball? Because, there was a point not too long ago where people were trying to say Lonzo Ball was better than Jalen Brunson, which is obviously ridiculous. But I feel like the other day when I was watching the game, I was thinking about you. I was like, I'm sure that Dad just hates the way this guy plays basketball.
Sometimes it's a little loosey-goosey, and with that guy, I would say, is the juice worth the squeeze? And I don't know if I'd say so with that guy. It's a little bit of, flash in the pan and all that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, what am I really getting? And his defense sucks. And sometimes he plays the passing lanes and stuff like that, gets steals. But I don't know. I just never get there. There's some people that impress you as winning ball players. Like I say, he does not. That doesn't come across to me.
No. Obviously he has issues staying on the floor. He's been very injury prone during his career. But overall, some of his decision making sometimes, where it's like, listen, it's great that you can shoot
sometimes
from far away, but this is not the time for that right now, buddy.
He does that at least twice every game I've seen him in. Every game I've seen him play in, there's been at least 2 times I've been like, wait, what? And he takes a shot, and I'm like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
What's up with your boy Derek Queen, though? Have you seen him play?
Who?
Derek Queen.
Yes, he had a little bit of him. He was
he's
impressive.
Baby Joker.
Yeah. He's been impressive when I've seen him. He moves well, and he passes the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
How tall is he?
I think he's at least 6'10". 6'9", 6'10", maybe.
He's impressive. What teams he play for?
He's Pelicans.
Yeah, I just saw it. Right, because he's with your man Zion.
The Pelicans are a dumpster fire.
What is going on with them, man? And hold. Let's talk about your man, John Morant, and now Clay. He's a bum.
I mean, listen.
Come on, man.
John Morant clearly wants out. Okay. Derek Queen is 6'9", 250 though, big boy.
Yeah, big dude.
And
Dude, who is going to give up anything? Why would you want John Morant on your team? Why? He's such a talented guy, Nick. Why would you want him on your team?
He's talented, and some people are going to feel like, hey, we could be the ones that can, get him to,
Radio
focus in and
active.
Yeah, no. I mean, look.
You think he's going to go anywhere and sign up for not being the man?
Not being the man, and
if he's a man, he's not going to listen to anybody about anything.
To me, with all of those, all the things that come along with him off the court or with his attitude and all of those things, to me, the thing that's most alarming about him is that he hasn't developed more of a jump shot at this point in his career. You know that you're going to be a guard. You know that you're not going to always be able to jump out of the gym. You get into the league. Obviously, you have supreme athleticism. You take the league by storm. People are saying things like, is it no longer LeBron's and is it now John Morant's league? You got the Nike deal, and you do this dumb shoot 'em up shit where you can't not be on somebody's Instagram live with a gun, where you are getting in like beefs with like high schoolers at like open runs at your crib and get just all that nonsense.
Foot Locker.
Your sister gets the beef with somebody and calls you and you roll up yourself. You're John Morant, my guy. Like, what are we doing? And also, how about in all this time that you have to miss, you get some shots up? Because the dude still can't shoot. He still can't shoot. And I don't, well, no pun intended, actually. But no, man, I don't understand how this guy has not developed a jump shot. In today's league, as a guard, you see so many guys do it. You're going to have to be able to be at least a league average shooter. And to me, that says a lot about, his overall focus and work ethic outside of the game.
Well, I mean, and I'm sorry, in some ways you say, we shouldn't be so judgmental of the young man, but this is what we're doing. And, when you're a pro athlete, this is what we do in America.
We praise
look at
him
our pro
plenty
athlete and we praise
guy.
and
we both
criticize.
wanted him more than Zion when he was coming out.
My goodness, how happy am I that we didn't draft this guy?
So
yeah, Zion.
We got RJ that year.
Yeah, but it's still though. I mean, RJ was more in a trade for us. I mean, come on, man.
RJ turned into OG.
That's right. Him or Zion would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
In New York? Are you kidding?
Disaster.
Oh my gosh. He just, this guy, he has so much ability, but he's throwing it away. He doesn't seem to, and on the heels of all that gun foolishness, Nick, a year or two ago, he hasn't he's shown no contrition. And I guess someone say, oh, well, why has he got to show contrition? It's like, dude, man, it's just about what do you want to do with your career. You can be the lack of contrition guy. You can do all this and that. Nobody's asking you to be a step and fetch it, anything like that. But you can also chill the fuck out. You can, maybe, Martini Dad is giving him bad advice, but somebody's not giving him good advice. If they're not telling him, dude, just chill out and just let your game speak for you, man. You don't want to be heard from except for your game for the next 2 years.
Yeah, honestly,
don't say a word, man, and be polite. This shit. You seen the thing when they were asking him questions,
and he said, ask the coaching staff.
You know exactly what you're doing. You're being the impudent child. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what you're doing. Okay? Yeah. Let's call it like it is. No, it's not a good look.
I think he's trying to get his way out of there. And I think he's going to get his wish. It's just going to be interesting to see what type of haul you can get back for John Morant at this point. He's
I think he could get his way out of there, though, Nick. I'm sorry. I think he could get his way out of there without doing this. I think if he told them, that he really wanted to leave and he did, and they tried to trade him, they would try to trade him because they want to appease him, and frankly, they probably want to get out from under him anyway. Now he's made it more difficult, frankly. Why? No. Now
Yeah.
everyone knows you want to get rid of him.
I don't know. I don't know why.
It can't help.
I don't know why he or T,
T
Morant. I don't understand
T-E-E.
why they don't get it. Why they don't get it that like, yo, man, like, perception matters, and the overall way that he, even after all these suspensions, he's still like, making like, shoot 'em up fingers and shit like that. It's just like, how do you not know that you just don't need to be doing that? And even that like beef with him and Klay Thompson, it's like, first of all, he's in street clothes that game. When you're in street clothes, shut the fuck up. All right, you shouldn't be getting no beef with nobody who's in uniform and going back and forth and blah. And you know what? Klay Thompson has achieved immensely more than you have in this league, both individually and clearly, as far as just overall winning and contributing to a dynasty. I'm disappointed, man, because coming out of college, I love this kid. I love his game so much. I would have done anything for the Knicks to be able to somehow get that second pick and be able to get him, and was just so disappointed on ping pong ball day where the Knicks end up with the third pick. But like you said, we dodged a bullet.
He's such
radioactive is the perfect way to describe it.
He's absolutely radioactive, and it's like there's no way you'd want him on your team. He doesn't seem like he's a good guy at all.
Doesn't seem like he's a good teammate. Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Right, doesn't seem like he's a good teammate, and just seems like he's not a serious person.
Right.
He's not a serious person. He's not a professional. I don't get that impression at all, and it's disappointing because, as we say, he's got a lot of talent. And actually, when I've seen him speak and stuff, he seems like a nice young man. He honestly does most of the time. He's not like an idiot. He's not.
He's not. No.
He's like
he seems like a bright dude. Yeah.
All of that. But I don't understand why he chooses, to accentuate certain character flaws and make those forefront in how he presents himself publicly.
Yeah, and not develop his game.
Right. Right. It's all part and parcel because he presents himself. If I had to predict, and I didn't know whether or not he has developed his game, I would predict that he wouldn't develop his game because of the way he presents himself publicly.
Yeah.
He doesn't present himself like a diligent individual.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's just a shame. It really is a shame. Yeah. I mean, all the talent in the world, and still has a chance to turn it around. You know what I mean?
Course.
His story is not written yet. He's still got quite a bit of time and quite a bit of opportunity, because somebody is going to give him the opportunity to be one of the 2 or 3 best players on their team. I'm hearing Minnesota and Julius going out. I've heard a couple things about Minnesota.
Julius getting bounced and bringing in a Ja?
Yeah.
Wow. Ja with Anthony Edwards. You know what, though? You know who somebody who I think if he went to play for and just shut the hell up and listen, and, just go down there in Miami with Pat Riley or something. Pat Riley will get you straight and make you work. And
it's going to go one of 2 ways.
Right. No. If you can't work, then you're going to be out.
Right.
And you're going to look like a fool. But if you can work, Pat Riley build you up with all that talent. With Spo.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think, Spo is the best coach in the league, in my opinion. And so, I would be really interested to see how that worked out. I don't want to see it happen because I hate the Heat.
I don't want to see that happen, but I think it'll be one of the best situations for him. Whether or not he would take advantage of it is a question.
Do you care at all about the NBA Cup?
I don't care so much for us to win. I want us to win in any competition we're in.
Sure.
To that much, but I'm not on hands and knees, pulling for it. I want to see them win, especially. I think it's great for the younger players on the team who don't make as much money. These guys, just because they got into the quarterfinals the other night, that's $50K for a lot of these guys.
$53,000. Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yo, you know who needs that money? Josh Hart. You heard about Josh Hart?
Yeah, he got done for like four watches.
$50,000 worth of watches.
Yeah.
How does this happen in a hotel?
Oh, it's an inside job. Somebody knows. Somebody in the
single-
hotel staff knows, and they did some Ocean's 11 type shit.
With the cameras?
I don't know. I don't even know all that bullshit. But
That
somebody, some
every
inside
hotel
job shit.
hallway has a
did some-
camera in it.
Right.
So that's the
somebody
part I don't
did something
understand.
to get
how they
away with
weren't-
it. If nobody's been caught yet, somebody did something.
I know. I don't
How is that
understand that.
possible?
Like in a specifically in a hotel, a New York City hotel, that every
Somebody
single hallway
Somebody got away with it in the laminate right now.
on the lamb.
Yep.
They gotta
They're
sell them on the
somewhere
black market though.
in the Eastern Bloc on the go.
Right, you gotta sell them overseas or some type
Oh,
of shit.
100%.
Yeah. They end up on like some shipping container or some shit like
Exactly.
that. We watch too much The Wire.
Right.
But yeah, that sucks for my man Josh.
Locked
All
up
right, you got to have a better protocol or something. I mean,
Dude, Josh, what
and
are
he
you
had him
doing,
in the
man?
safe in the room, and they came in, busted up in the safe, took his shit. I don't understand how there's not footage of this. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Number two, though, you know, I don't know what you're doing. I
Why do you
get
have
it.
3
Maybe you're a
watches?
watch guy, but you're carrying that many with you. And frankly, dude, man, you better double down your security at home. Okay, these guys all, you know me, Nick. They all need to have significant, cameras and everything. They all need to have significant dogs.
Oh, 100%. Who
know,
was
like
it? Who
two-
just got? Was it Mahomes? Mahomes just got while he was
Right.
playing.
You need
And it's
all
like,
these
yo.
cats need to have like 2 Malinois trained to the. I just read about a woman the other day who she has her own business. It used to be her and her husband. They got divorced. Now she does it for herself. She was in Australia. Now she moved to America. She trades Malinois, but trains them from birth, Nick, and raises them till they're over 3 years old and trains them so hype they're $175,000 a piece when she sells them. Now listen, if you're one of those guys, you can afford maybe a couple of those dogs. But these dogs, they're the dogs in what's her name, Halle Berry in the movie. They're those dogs, Nick.
Yeah, but I don't. You know me, getting a dog at 3 years old that somebody else
I
trained.
know, I get it. But for these type of people, Nick, who aren't, they've got a house that's 30,000 square feet, or
Yeah, just get you an ox. I mean, hey,
I
listen,
get if you need like 3 oxes, and
nobody's people. Most people are not going into a house where they know part of the plan is that we're gonna have to kill this dog.
right. But with a house that big, you just need more dogs than one. Is all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
if you have an alarm system or whatever, and so whenever that alarm goes off, the dog knows that there's a situation.
You know
I mean,
me.
yeah, I don't get it.
I
don't
missed
get
the
it.
Dateline NBC. 90% of those cases could be helped if they had a dog.
Yeah, the guy Robert
legit-
Ramirez. The guy Robert Ramirez. He said to one of the women that he let go. He said to her, "If I were you, I'd get a dog."
Hello.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Got to have a dog, people. Have a dog, and have a dog that's 80 pounds or better. How about that? The Jets, man. You got your coach jersey on. I'll put up the picture of you pointing the coach on the back so they can see the full jersey. But
Yes,
man,
sir.
he's 3-2 in his last 5. The Jets play some complimentary football today against the Falcons.
Very complimentary.
Your boy Tyrod Taylor, he plays some competent football.
Right.
And does just enough. And the Jets are able to get that walk-off field goal. Yo, when Nick Folk kicked that ball. First of all, the 2 false starts that we got in that last drive to push us back.
I'm like, what are we doing? I wanted to kick the field goal with 12 seconds left.
Right.
What are we doing?
Right.
Stop it.
I thought they might kick it on like first down. They got that.
Let's go. Kick the freaking ball.
Why are we dropping back to pass where we could possibly take a sack where there could be a bad snap? I mean,
Anything could happen. I don't understand what we were doing there. I was screaming at the TV, but all's well that ends well. Look, I'm very happy with some of what I'm seeing with the Jets. I mean, listen, games like this. I mean, Atlanta's no great team or anything like that, but you know how it is in the NFL. If we bullshitted today, we would have lost that game. And we bullshitted somewhat, but we let the other team bullshit more. And we made the plays we had to make sure.
We let the other team.
Well, no. The other team. Listen, this was a game where, I was happy that one, Because last week I was unhappy with Aaron Glenn for his play call early in the game to go for it. In this game, he had the same opportunity and didn't go for it. It would have been silly to go for it because this was such a tight game. You could tell early on. Bad weather, shitty kind of weather. Didn't look like any offense was really going to be world beaters today. But then actually, in the second half, it became that, didn't it? In the second half, both teams, started scoring, kicking field goals, scoring touchdowns, blah, blah, blah. But, and Tyrod's not a great quarterback by any means. He's competent. He'll make a couple good plays during the game. He'll make a couple bad plays during the game.
And he'll get hurt if he plays significant. Like, if you have that guy play... there's no way he'd ever be able to
make it through like the next 5 games.
No way. He
There's
was
a couple
broke up at
times
one
I
point
didn't
today.
think. Yeah, there's a couple times I thought it was over today. Twice at least.
Yeah,
where he landed face first, and it looked like it was over.
Over for him, yeah. And then he made that great throw right after he was looking like he had to come out of the game. He makes that huge throw to Mitchell, and Mitchell all of a sudden can catch, and then Mechie all of a sudden can't catch.
I know, but then Mechie could catch after that. So
I like Mechie, but today he was killing me.
He killed me on a couple downs.
That one drive where he had the ball on the sideline, didn't catch that, and then he had the ball. He was going to catch it on like the 2-yard line and be able to probably score, and the ball just hits him. I mean, just boom, right in the hands.
It was brutal. I was very upset at that point, but then stuck with him. Listen to me. This is something I realized too, Nick, that I think is undeniable. This team is playing for this coach. This team is playing hard for this coach. I also think it does appear to me that this defense is playing much better than they were early in the year. I don't know if they're understanding the play calls better, but they're in position. And frankly, some of the times when they're not making plays, they're in position to make the plays. They just don't make them. Like that one play where this guy scored the touchdown, that one rookie guy on the other team, something with an S is his last name. And he scored because he dodged 2 jet tacklers and got into the end zone. That was very frustrating. Oh. But the players were put in the right positions to make the play. They just didn't make the play. We're making more of those plays now. We were missing a lot more of those plays early on. We're making more of those plays. What's his name? My man Quincy Williams is fantastic.
Quincy had a good game.
Love Quincy. For the last few games, I love him. Sherwood even had a good game. Okay?
Sherwood did have a good game.
Sherwood had a good game. I like this guy, A.Z. Thomas, Nick. A.Z. Thomas, he makes a couple of mistakes. He's a rookie, but he's aggressive and he plays hard. This guy, Juwan Briggs.
Briggs has played well.
Briggs has played very well,
Briggs
Nick.
has played really well.
Listen, he's showing up on camera consistently.
Yeah.
From that same Quincy Williams position. I'm not saying he's better than Quinnen Williams. I'm not saying
Quinnen's
he's better
been
than
playing
Quinnen
very
Williams.
well over in Dallas.
Quinnen's been playing very well. He's playing with better players over there, and he's been allowed to shine more, people are saying, because he's getting single
less
coverage.
double teams, yeah.
Right. And maybe this guy, Juwan Briggs, is getting single coverage, obviously. And he's getting home, and Harrison Phillips. Listen, they've been very good. Even with giving up as many yards as we did today to Bijan Robinson, we actually, I thought, played pretty well against the run today. Even though we gave up the yards.
Yeah, Bijan gashed
We didn't let him just get away.
Right. And we also had quite a few times where, guys made one-on-one individual tackles on big third downs to get stops.
Yes.
And that's something it feels like the Jets have had such a tough time doing in these last few years. And, hey, man, the Colts, they're not looking as, dominant as they once were. That pick could get a little bit better. Sauce has got a calf strain. It's a calf. His Achilles is intact, but he's got a calf.
Oh, okay.
He did that look behind him thing though, like who kicked me?
Right.
But no, it does look like his Achilles is intact, and that's gonna be something though that he's probably gonna be out for 2 or 3 weeks or something.
Yeah,
that
could get ugly for them.
They
lost again today, right?
You're a corner. Yeah, they lost again today. I'm almost 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they lost.
But overall, I just feel like I do see a team that is fighting for this coach. This coach does sometimes make – there's sometimes where the decisions, like the end of the game and how that played out, where I'm like, I get a little bit nervous on his overall just like time clock situation, fourth down, those types of things.
What's happening there? Are you letting the offensive coordinator – I mean, who's saying – right
kick
there.
the field goal or not kick the field goal has to be head coach's decision by himself.
Right, and there's 12 seconds left. Why are we trying a drop back pass? I mean,
Well, he had just missed from 55.
right, and
So-
now it's a 51-yarder. You're trying a drop back pass. That's where you get the false start, and now it becomes a 56-yarder. I mean, you have to know that that's a possibility.
Right.
This guy Membu has jumped a couple times. It wasn't his best outing.
Membu, not his best outing, got jumped a couple times and just got beat.
That guy he's playing against is very good. So it's tough, and listen, you're on an island with that guy. Okay, so I get it. He had a tough outing today, but why are you putting this guy in position to fail, man? I mean, kick the field goal. Are you trying to wait to whittle down the time to 3 seconds so that you don't give them a chance to get the ball back? If that's your goal, I think that's stupid. Because even if you kick the field goal, what are you going to give them the ball back with? 8 seconds? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care right there. I especially want to hike the ball, Nick, because it's somehow, I always think this. It's somehow my guy gets a shitty snap.
Yeah.
If you can land on it, we can kick again.
Yeah, I mean, you do that with first down, we can. And we're now out of. Yeah, we could run another play.
Right. God knows if something happens, he can pick up the ball and run. I don't know anything, but we've got another chance. Worst case scenario. I mean, unless we lose possession.
Right.
I just don't understand what they were trying to do there. And I'd like to think that Aaron Glenn learns. You know, listen, Nick, like I said, this guy, his man, in Detroit, they're 0 for 7 in the last 7 times they've gone for it on fourth down. And they continue to do it. And they did it in like the first half last week, and they got burned with that
I know,
shit,
and
Nick.
there's times where it's just...
And Aaron Glenn did that shit last week, and it was stupid. It was stupid. What are you doing? It's the first half. It's a 7-point game. You're putting yourself behind the 8 ball if you don't make it. And, guess what? You didn't make it.
You know who else did that today? Stefanski did that early in the game on his own 22. And at that point, the game, it was close. It was like, the game
On
was,
his own 22 with Shedeur.
Well, yeah, and the score was like 10-9 at that point. You give the ball up and then they go the other way.
Gave the ball up on the 22 and they scored a touchdown. Yeah. Well, what the fuck are you doing? I get it that you're 2-8 or whatever, but what are you doing? That's not football. That's stupid. There's some guy in high school who never punts or whatever. Some guy and some, bumfuck somewhere.
Right.
And great. That's great. You can do that high school. Maybe you got some kid that's the major athlete or whatever. But in the pros, man, that's going to blow up in your face, guy.
There's times when you just can't do it. There's times when you have to
live
stop
for another
with
day.
The overall analytics and the percentages say this, that. There's times where you have to take a step back and say, hey. This is just the way that this is all going right now. We
but
can't
you're
go ahead and do
you're
this.
telling me that these guys believe that the percentages say they should go for it right there?
Oh, 100%. Dan Campbell, his whole thing is like he has like somebody like part of his coaching staff that he asks, like they like literally put it into because they have these things. If you go for it this time, your percentage of winning is and he goes off of that. That's why he continues to go for it, even though he hasn't gotten the results. And I think that is ridiculous. I want a coach who is aware of all of those things, but still, at the end of the day, is just a ball coach and just like has some feeling for the game.
But what I'm saying to you is that I don't believe that's necessarily the case because look at what you're saying Stefanski did today. Are you telling me that there's some algorithm that told him that he should go for it on the 22? Zero chance, Nick. Zero chance.
So.
He thinks he's doing the right thing, and he thinks he's being ballsy, and he thinks by doing it, the team, rev the team up or something. It's stupid. This is football, man. Punt the ball, play defense. I get it. Your defense might not be playing well. You may not have confidence in them. But right now, you're on your own 22. You're ruining the game. I thought when what's his name did that last week, he ruined the game.
Yeah,
he ruined the game. And I love my man Glenn. Come on, I thought he ruined the game. You should never do that early in the game, especially in such a. I mean, if you're down 30, 28-0 early in the second quarter, and you just. Everything's going wrong and whatnot. Maybe. Even then, I don't even know if that's a good idea.
There's some people out here saying that, He's trying to sabotage your boy Shedeur. That he's trying to make Shedeur look bad, and now we're behind, and Shedeur has to throw a bunch, and he's going to make mistakes, and I'm going to be able to go back to whatever that guy's name is.
I think that's ridiculous, and if that's the case, if you're the owner of the team, and I mean, what is that a mandate from the owner?
Did the owners just collude allegedly to have Shedeur slip to the 5th round in the first place?
If that's what it was about, Nick, they just wouldn't play him.
I think they tried their best not to, and
I know, but they wouldn't play him now. They wouldn't play him. They played a third string guy, whoever he is.
He had to play because
why?
Because what's his name got hurt. What are you going to bring somebody up in the practice squad?
They don't believe the player's ready. And they could say whatever the fuck they want, Nick, and then Shedeur.
I think
Shedeur could just say, "I want out," and then he'd be out. But I don't believe that's the case. That the owner and the coach are colluding somehow. That okay, well, we can't make this guy look good, so let's go for it on the 22. That's
this
insane.
All I know is that this
and I think
entire
the team
thing.
Would know. The team would know if he's doing
this entire thing with Shedeur has made no sense to me from the very beginning. And you got guys like Jerry Jeudy on the sidelines, screaming at him today, like getting after him. And
screaming at who?
Shedeur.
Oh, you're screaming at Shedeur?
Shedeur's like looking at like a tablet or something like that, and he's coming over and he's pointing some stuff out and and it's just like, dude, first of all, take it easy, okay? Take it easy.
Well, I mean, you think Jerry Jeudy wants him to fail?
I think that I don't know. No, I don't think that necessarily Jerry Jeudy wants him to fail, but I just thought that was poor form in general. First of all, Jerry Jeudy is the ultimate he's one of the league leaders in drops. He's also a guy
who needs to be a leader for this young man.
He's a guy who, let's be real, he hasn't lived up to his potential. He's a guy who we thought at one point was going to be one of the elite receivers in the league, and he's not that. No. And, I just think that him coming at this young guy like that so publicly to the point where, Shedeur has to get up and walk away from him and just be like, get the fuck out of my face. And the offensive lineman has to come over and get Jeudy out of there. I just thought that was very, very poor.
Yeah, no, that's disappointing. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, this guy's just trying to figure it out, man.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I don't, and especially, just everything around this whole Shedeur situation has never made any sense to me, man. And it continues to get weirder.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, why did they draft him then? I mean, if they don't want to play him, why did they draft him? I don't understand. I mean, they just shouldn't have drafted him.
Doesn't make any sense. And why did nobody draft him? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, honestly, Dad, I wish the Jets would have taken a shot at this guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'd rather have him and the potential of him than Tyrod Taylor right now playing. You still get Justin Fields. Justin Fields ends up not being good, and then you go to Shedeur and you see what happens. And you just see what you have with the guy.
I don't know about that. Like I've told you many times, I want to win games now if we can. And also, too, the main thing about why you have to, you keep saying, well, why not play Brady Cook? Clearly, they don't think Brady Cook's ready. Yeah. And you have to see, and I'm sure you've heard this, you have to see what you have in these receivers and stuff like that. And you just weren't going to be able to see what you have in them with Justin Fields throwing the ball to where you are instead of where you're supposed to be, and maybe not throw the ball at all.
Even when it comes to being decisive on okay, I'm not going to throw, I'm going to go ahead and run.
Yeah.
Tyrod does that better than Justin Fields.
Yeah, but Justin Fields happens to be a better runner.
Once he starts running.
Tyrod has to decide sooner that he's going to run if he has a chance of getting away. Justin Fields can decide later and still get away because he's just such a goddamn superior athlete.
Or he could not get away because he decided too late, and then some guy is right there on him and ripping the ball out of his hand, and it's bouncing around on the ground.
And I just read, and in no way am I making fun of anyone who has this condition, but where Justin Fields said he was diagnosed as being epileptic as a teenager.
Really? That's very scary for a football player.
I would not have thought that you could be a pro football player.
First of all the flashing lights, and then
would
also
not have thought you could be a pro football player and be epileptic. Because he's wearing his shoes are about epilepsy.
Oh, okay. He's trying to bring attention to the cause.
Cleats, yes.
Okay, I did not know that about him.
Yeah.
But that is, like you said, very interesting that he could be an NFL quarterback. I think it's over for him. I saw something about him. The Jets wanted to run a wildcat package with him, but he wasn't very receptive. The fuck you talking about? You getting $30 million guaranteed? You better get your ass out there and wildcat all we ask you to.
Yeah, I don't understand why he wouldn't be receptive, and if he's not receptive, that would be disappointing.
Your boy Alan Lazard with the big catch on the duck.
Lazard,
Right guy, right time.
coming up big. Doing. I was going to text you right after that, but I let it go. But you know, Lazard coming up, man.
I have no idea how he's still. When he made that catch, and when Clemens got his first sack of the season, I know.
Oh, I almost texted you after that because Clemens. I was like, look
First
at
sack
my
of the
guy.
season.
And he just basically like bumped into him and knocked him down.
Yeah, the guy got flushed up into the pocket, and Clemens happened to be there. Clemens sucks. You gotta move on from Clemens. You gotta move on from Lazard. Both of those guys for sure. Yeah, man. You know, I gotta ask you this. I mean, I know that we watched some of the games on Thanksgiving Day. To me, the big surprise and really the surprise of the league right now, Chicago Bears.
Chicago
Are they
Bears
contenders?
are surprising.
Are the Bears contenders?
No, they're not going to make it far.
With that type of running game?
Man, they can run. But I don't think they're getting like to the NFC championship. But they might win a playoff game. You know, they might win a playoff game. Hopefully, Caleb could not make the big mistake. Listen, they're entertaining, and Caleb. That guy's just got a rocket for an arm, man. I mean, he can make any throw from any position. You know, he can do it, and he's gained a lot more confidence. And their defense is pretty damn good, man. They get a lot of turnovers. You know,
Ben Johnson. I mean, he's looking like he could be coach of the year. Did you see him like rip his shirt off?
I didn't
in a
see
celebration.
I did not see
after the game, getting everybody all fired up and shit.
I didn't see that.
Yo, listen, man, Ben Johnson. And by the way, I mean, if you're gonna rip your shirt off, you got to be good in shape. He was in very good shape.
Is he in good shape?
Yeah, he's ripped. I mean, it just seems like those guys love him, and we know that he's an X's and O's guy, and if he can be, an emotional leader on top of that, then the Bears the Bears might have finally found their guy.
They definitely are falling behind him. I mean, listen, they may have finally found a guy with a coach and a quarterback, which has been a long time coming for that organization. So, good for them. I got no ill feelings towards the Bears, and I have a good friend from work who's a Bears fan. So, good for Joey Fahrenheit, and hopefully
his actual last name is Fahrenheit.
No, it's Fahrenbach, but I call him Fahrenheit.
Okay,
it's easier.
I thought maybe he had like an enemy whose last name was Celsius.
Right.
Your boy Nick Sirianni, he's the typical guy that like as soon as things go bad, you're like
people are ready to pile on.
Yeah,
this guy sucks. Come on, take a shave, whatever, the whole thing. Yeah,
take a shave.
He always looks a little unkempt. That guy. I mean, around the edges, he doesn't like edge
clean
up
up the neck a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm with you on that.
He's got a little Skid Row going.
He could definitely clean up the neck. I mean, hey, Philly, that's out there.
Right.
Crank. Where the dudes with the lean, with the crazy lean.
Oh
and
my
shit.
God!
There's some bad neighborhoods in Philly where that shit is crazy with the lean.
They call it something else though.
Crank. It's not crank.
It's something I don't know, Nick. But they look like they're half dead. They're like falling over, but they don't fall all the way over. I don't even like to see videos of stuff like that. It's very disturbing. But yeah, no, they got to figure some things out, man. I don't know what's going on there, man. The NFC is in flux, and of course you're going to scream LA Rams, but look, they lost today. They lost today, so
calling it the fentanyl fold.
Right? Is that what it is? Fentanyl?
I guess.
Oh my God.
The Fenty fold, some call it.
Oh, these people. What is going on?
Yeah, very, very scary, to say the least. And Philly's always had a couple pockets like that. And I've been seeing some videos here recently.
Poor form, Philadelphia.
Overall, man, the Eagles, bro, they're still 8-4. It's not like the things are terrible. AJ Brown, he got fed the ball. He got a big over 100 yards.
Your man got lost today. Got hurt.
Who?
Rodgers
got hurt. Rodgers already had the hand issue.
And what got hurt today? Was it the hand again?
I saw that he got hurt, but I didn't see exactly what it was. I had switched to the Knicks at that point.
Beat by a considerable amount too. Like
yeah. They got. Last time I saw it was 20-something-7, I think.
Yeah. So they're in trouble. They're in real trouble with that AFC North. For Pittsburgh.
No, yeah, it's. I mean, but nobody's really going out and taking hold of that division. You know,
Right. Well,
Ravens just lost.
Ravens still could, but they need to win out now, basically. Yeah. Cincy.
Joe Burrow's back.
Joe Burrow. You know,
Joe Cool.
you never know. That
Yeah.
stupid white jacket.
I mean that's kind of his thing. You know,
I know,
he's
but it
a
looked ugly.
fashion forward
It
individual.
was ugly, and I don't. That wasn't real fur, was it? It looked like faux.
No,
fur.
I don't think anybody's rocking real fur.
I
these
know,
days.
but it just. I didn't think it was a nice looking jacket at all.
Shedeur Sanders has 2 starts. In those 2 starts, Jerry Jeudy has 4 catches, 2 drop passes, and 1 fumble. Through 10 games with Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco, Jeudy had 28 catches with 8 drops and allows you 2.8 catches per game. And this is how he disrespects his quarterback.
You know, Nick. I mean, you know me. I have no use for these receivers who are divas.
Yeah, you don't like a diva receiver. That's true.
I do
That's
not
true.
like a diva
I don't
receiver.
like the whole, especially with the young quarterback calling him out like that and making a whole spectacle of yourself on the sideline.
That's
terrible.
about the worst. Okay,
The worst.
Yeah, you're really not helping your team. Then you're being incredibly selfish. But with any quarterback, come on, man. You got to realize that. Like I tell you, it's the ultimate team sport. Unless 10 other guys are doing their job, you're not getting the ball.
Right.
You do know that, right?
Right.
Hello? These guys, I don't understand that mentality, man.
Yeah, I mean A.J. Brown recently has been in the news for doing things similarly, where he's having different quotes and stuff like that about not getting the ball enough and being
Then he
upset.
gets the
But
ball
then
10 times.
He gets the ball 10 times. They
still lose, though.
still lose though.
How about that, AJ? You got the ball 10 times. You're supposed to. You're a guy we got to give the ball to win. Why don't we win, AJ?
One more thing about the Jets I got to bring up: that taunting penalty by Marcelino
McCrary Ball.
First of all, I was like,
he's a
who?
beast. No, that guy's a beast.
He's okay. He's not a beast.
No, I'm saying he's a beast. If you see him, this guy is like D's.
Well, Jonathan Vilma,
but-
he's like, I don't know what.
Yeah, that was stupid. That maneuver.
What was he doing?
It was like a
Like a dead
floundering
fish,
fish. Yes.
He did like a dead fish on the ground, and then he gets the flag, and that was a big play at that
It's a
moment.
huge play. It's a huge play. I think
would've
that the
gotten
ref.
the
I think that the
penalty.
part of the reason the ref gave him that flag was because
That move was so stupid.
it was stupid, and it was almost like I hate to say it, but it seemed almost like he was mocking somebody as if they were having some sort of fit. What are you doing?
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there?
yeah,
What are
yeah.
you doing?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't look good to the viewing public. No. I think the ref made a judgment call right there that we're not doing that.
Right. Exactly.
Nothing to do with anything.
It's like that's like they like add that to like the guns. You can't do
Right,
guns. And
right.
You can't do
and
that
he
either.
just made a decision right there. No, we're not doing that.
No. We're not. We're not pantomiming episodes.
Right. Guy, come on, man. What are you doing? And this guy got up and I mean, Nick, wait a minute. Check this out. This is clearly something this guy has practiced. If he just did it all of a sudden, then he truly was having a fit.
I really would love for somebody to
practiced
ask
that.
him exactly like
What
what
were you-
the
what-
purpose of that celly was, and is that something that you have, that you had it, you had it right there in the chamber, like you were like, yo, when I make a big play, I'm gonna do this.
No. That move is not something that you just think of in your mind and then do. You have to have done it before.
You think so?
Nick, you don't just, after you make that move and you're on the ground, just start just like tensing up.
Don't do it.
And fluttering that way. Come on, man. I thought they were going to call out the medic right there.
You thought something
know.
was actually wrong with him.
Get the paddles. What's going on with this guy? No, man. No.
It was extremely dumb, and I mean, there's a couple penalties. That, and then when
When he
Membu
did
jumped
that-
at the end of the game, I was just like, yo, what are we doing?
When he did that, Nick, though, I was just watching to you. I'm like, what the fuck was
What was that?
What was that? What are you doing?
And Vilma's reaction was perfect.
Vilma was so disgusted. He was so disgusted. As a football purist, he was like, oh, no. Yeah.
I like Vilma.
Vilma's not bad. Vilma's
I
good.
like Vilma. And tonight I was happy to.
You got a Jonathan Vilma jersey.
Oh yeah.
My clerks bought it for me one
You're
year.
always jumping the gun with the jersey.
I didn't buy that. My clerks bought it for me, and it's a nice jersey, but they bought it for me, and he was kind
And we should have never given him up. He ended up, being a
I like
very good
Vilma.
player.
I like Vilma. Demario Davis.
He won a championship. He won a Super Bowl with New Orleans. Yeah, and I like Vilma. And I like Iron Eagle.
Absolutely.
He's excellent.
100%. Wait. Before I forget.
Basketball and football.
I got to bring this up to you before I forget. I thought this was one of the funniest lines. I know you don't like Stan Van Gundy. But when Stan Van was doing the game the other night, he was watching the game with the Knicks, and he was talking about Mitch's foul shooting. And Mitch shot one ball that was so hard against the glass. It just hit the glass and ricocheted back almost to the foul. And Stan Van Gundy said, if there was no backboard, that ball would still be going. That was so hard.
It was
oh
good.
my God, that was one of the best lines. Holy shit.
It was good. I can laugh about it now. In the moment, I was so angry that I was just like, shut the fuck up, Stan Van.
That was a great line. Because it hit the backboard so hard. He said that ball, if there was no backboard, that ball would still be going. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That was really funny.
Good stuff, Stan Van.
Stan Van, he's all right. I don't hate him. I don't love him. He's
Stan
okay.
Van. Come on. And Jeff's his brother? Come on. That's good enough for me.
I feel like he hates on the Knicks a little bit. He's still like, a bit of a heat butt boy. But I think, first of all, I was really excited tonight to just hear Clyde and Breen.
That was nice.
It's just with all the different games, with all the different streaming services, and then there's last game that we had on MSG. It was Clyde and that young that guy just seems like he just graduated from Fordham yesterday, and he's okay, it's always such a pleasure just to get Clyde and Breen together.
Clyde is so funny.
Oh, he's great. He's so.
There are some points where my good old friend Darnell McMillan, rest in peace, he hated Clyde. And he is a huge Knicks fan, but he just hated Clyde. And when I watched games with him, I had the biggest laughs because the rhymes just drove him crazy. And he was like, Noel, he says the same things over and over every year.
All those things are true, but he's still mad.
And I said, yeah, it's true. Who cares? I love him. But there's times when he says shit, and it cracks me up. I tell you, it just...
I love him.
That guy keeps me in stitches sometimes, man. He's a funny guy.
Listen, when everything from the reaction to Bargnani's three, what is he doing?
Right.
There's times where something happens on the court, and I know Clyde's about to say this, Cardinals send a basketball leaving. I mean, you know what's coming sometimes,
right.
But I still enjoy it, and especially now that I know that Clyde has obviously been around for a while. He's taken a lot more days off.
Yeah,
the end is in sight at some point. Hopefully,
Novak as the caddy. I like it.
I'm not a huge Novak fan.
I think Novak was decent.
Novak is too monotone.
What about Alan Hahn?
It's not exciting enough for me. I
like Alan Hahn. He's my guy.
I like Hahn better than Novak. I love Hahn as sideline / studio guy, and my favorite as the the color commentator of all the guys who's been filling in these last few years is Wally. I like Wally. Wally's a little bit more of a homer, and I'm okay with that. I like it when a little bit more of a homer. He's going to call it like he sees
Wally
it, but he's clearly just like Nick fan.
He doesn't seem to be able to break out his studio mode.
It seemed like last year there was like a bit of a, like a tryout between him and Alan Hahn. And it seems like Alan Hahn has gotten the nod, but it seems like, Novak has become the number one guy when it comes to, commentating when Clyde's not there.
Name?
I'm not a fan of Novak, man.
Wally's stuck in the studio with Morocco Mole.
With Bill Pito?
Bill Pito. He's Morocco Mole. You know
I have no
Morocco
idea who
Mole?
Morocco Mole is then.
Look up Morocco Mole. That's Bill Pito.
Morocco Mole. What is this, like some Rocky and Bullwinkle bullshit from back in the day?
Yes.
Morocco Mole. Actually, I think I might know who Morocco Mole is now that I see it.
He looks a little like Bill Pito.
I don't think Bill Pito would be too stoked about
Well, come on. He does resemble him a little. The glasses and everything. Come on.
Pito, tough last name. Not the best connotation, especially if you're the Brits. What they call, what they mean when they say Pito. Not the easiest last name in the world.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Damn, Sandy looks like this mole guy though. That might be even worse.
It's
Jesus.
just a cartoon character because of the glasses he looks like. I mean, he got the little hard, dark rimmed glasses.
He said that, not me, Bill.
We love you, Bill.
Before we get out of here, two more things for you. First and foremost, is Lindor clubhouse cancer?
No, see, I think people make up shit like that and come up with. Come on, man, stop it already. I don't believe that. I don't. I don't believe that. I mean, come on, man. This guy's been. It seems to me been such a leader. This guy hits home runs. Everybody's giving him high fives. Everybody seems to love him. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, a year ago he called the team meeting to turn the season around.
Right.
You know, he's hitting the game winning home run on day 163, and then having that huge home run in that huge playoffs. And getting us all the way to the NLCS Game 6. So I'm not going to sit here and believe that he's a cancer. I could definitely see him and McNeil having a little bit of beef and going back and forth. And then the Mets traded away their longest tenured player, Mr. Brandon Nimmo, and brought in Marcus Semien. How did you feel about that trade? I
mean, listen, I'm sorry to see Nimmo go, but I mean, I get it, man. I mean, listen, sometimes changes have to be made. There's going to be changes. I mean, to think that we went through what we went through last year and there weren't going to be changes is silly. It's not going to be Soto and Lindor. I mean, Nimmo's a good player. I like Nimmo. I like him because he's homegrown, but his arm is a joke in the outfield.
Oh yeah, terrible arm.
We have to be better in the outfield. Now, listen, I love the way he tracks balls and catches balls going away. I mean, I don't know who we get to replace that. Hopefully we get somebody good to replace it. But that aspect of his game, I thought was very good. So,
yeah. Listen, Stearns has a lot more work to do. I still think we need a top-of-the-line starter, and now we need another outfielder, and we need an impact bat from an outfielder as well. And, I don't know exactly how that move gets made. Is it, getting one of these Japanese guys? Is it making some sort of trade? Because there's not just like a clear-cut free agent, option when it comes to the outfielder that we're going to need.
Everybody's saying Bellinger or Tucker.
Yes, I've seen that, and I've also seen a lot of people say that those aren't typically like Stearns-type signings, which I think that Stearns needs to do a little bit of, backing off of like the analytics a little bit sometimes and just realizing like, you know what, you just need an ace. You need a guy.
Right. Is Bellinger that good though, Nick, right now?
He's been pretty good these last couple of years, but he's also, that whole Yankee Stadium effect. He's playing in a Little League park.
So he a lot of his dingers are over that right field wall.
Yeah.
That has to be looked at because that's
I think Cody Bellinger is a solid player. I think he has been for quite some time. I would be happy if the Mets brought in Cody Bellinger. Definitely, I think he's an offensive upgrade. I mean, you go back to him when he was with the Dodgers.
Took away another Big Ten player.
Yeah.
That would kill them.
Yeah. But, a lot of them, they say that, look, Soto, he's ruining your clubhouse. He never gets along with the other star. I think that at the end of the day.
I don't believe that. I don't believe he didn't get along with Judge either. I don't believe that. Well, every time I see Judge talk about him, I don't think they dislike one another.
I don't think that he necessarily, gets into beef with other guys, but I do think that he's just not that outgoing of a guy in general. Okay. And I think that's fine. It doesn't bother me.
Everybody doesn't have to be chummy. I mean, what the fuck? This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think that is absolutely ridiculous, especially in baseball, which, as we know, is an individual sport in a team concept. Stop it already. They do not need to be that chummy. And I think they're chummy enough. They're giving each other high fives after home runs.
You mean chummy?
I said chummy.
Oh, I thought you said chubby.
No, chummy.
Okay.
M's. No, I don't think that's a big deal.
No, I don't think it's a big deal at all. I think, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is we need, better starting pitching. and you know,
That'll make
an
everybody real
offense
chummy.
that delivers more in the clutch. And I think that, you know, how everybody feels about each other is the least of my worries.
Right.
My worries are, you know, bring back Pete Alonso and bring back Edwin Diaz.
Let's go.
And go get me an outfielder and another top line starter and another bullpen arm.
then let's
So your
see.
boy Helsley got signed.
Let's do it.
Helsley got signed by the Orioles. I know you did not want to bring him back.
So happy to see that. And of course,
There's no
you
way
know-
we were bringing him back.
Oh no. Of course, now he's going to go out there and be all world. But
Of course he is.
Dude.
That's, you know that's what's going
well, but we know the guy is an absolute dud in New York City.
Yeah.
Cannot handle it.
Can't handle
Get
it.
him out.
But you know what? Listen, man. Speaking of Edwin Diaz, he had one season where he looked like
Okay, sorry. Get him out. Ryan Helsley, not the guy,
you were
man.
just 100%
Not the
on
100%.
Helsley.
That guy's he's a buffoon. Get him out.
All right, so my algorithm has recently figured out that I love Patrick Ewing. I know last night I sent you a video where, you know, it's just a bunch of guys in the league talking about how great Patrick Ewing was. I'm always feeling like, you know, he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. He's obviously, and then Breen, you know, in tonight's game was talking about how, you know, how you know, Patrick Ewing's career, and Clyde made the point that, you know, the guy didn't shoot in college and ended up making himself the player that he did. If he played in today's game, he'd have been shooting threes and would have been even that much more valuable. Obviously, a great defender, great rebounder, and because Patrick has been like in my algorithm recently, I've been thinking a lot about the top 5 centers of, you know, and as we both agree, when we do all-time lists, it's people that we have actually seen with our own eyes.
Right.
Got to watch the majority of their careers, and you know, we got a lot of people who really enjoyed the big guy top 5 last week. So I'm going to ask you this week, give me your top 5 centers that you have seen. Big guy, top 5.
That's a very tough question, I have to tell you. I mean, I had to start with, because in my lifetime, I saw very little of Wilt. Of course, none of Bill Russell. So I had to start with Kareem. I mean, Kareem was just the man when I was a kid, growing up 70s, 80s. You know, come on, Kareem was the guy. Then, you know, and I really feel like making this list, I feel like I'm missing somebody. I meant to call your Uncle Godfrey and ask him what he thought. Hakeem the Dream, he's on that list. Then, you know, even though I was very critical of the guy while he played, he was extremely dominant. Got to give it to him, Shaq. You know, Shaq was a very dominant player.
Shaq has to be on the list.
He's got to be on the list. And then a guy who's a player right now who's incredibly dominant, Jokic. I think you got to probably put Jokic on the list. Now, that 5th guy is the guy I really have a problem with, okay? Because I love our guy Ewing, but I mean, you know, Ewing, that guy Ewing, David Robinson. No, I'm not even going to put Ralph Sampson in that sentence.
No,
but
no. I ain't even watched Ralph Sampson, but he's not in the.
But you know who I kind of went with over both those guys, Nick? Is Moses Malone. Moses Malone, and he was very dominant.
Was it sustained though? I know he had a bunch of crazy years.
I want to say Moses Malone was really good for at least 8 years.
I know, but when we're talking about some of these other guys are good for 15 plus years.
Right, so that's tough. But I don't know who
Moses
am I
Malone,
missing?
13-time All-Star.
You know what I'm saying, Nick? Moses Malone was the don. Nick, he was good. He had a good jumper,
8-time All-NBA.
Good jumper. Crazy rebound and inside game, Nick. I mean, he was just, dude, man. He was.
They say he used to pad his rebounding stats.
Yeah. They say that, but I mean, who knows? Listen, if you didn't want him to do it, stop him.
Sure.
Get the rebound. But no,
he played a lot of games too. I'm looking at his games.
He was, yeah,
80s,
no.
high 70s.
Oh yeah,
lots
no.
of those.
He was not. He was a tough guy too, Nick. He was a tough player. Can you think of somebody who I'm missing?
No, honestly, my list would be very similar. It would just be a little bit different, just due to you know, the different errors that I got to see. If you had to ask me for my 5, I'd go Olajuwon, I go David Robinson, I go Shaq, and then I go Joker, and then my 5th would be Pat Ewing.
Wow, so you do have David Robinson in there.
I have David Robinson in there. I didn't see Moses Malone, and I didn't see Jabbar. I mean, you know, I didn't see either of those guys. So to me,
no, Kareem was definitely better than David Robinson. There's no doubt about it. And I think Moses Malone was definitely better than David Robinson. I don't. Yeah, that's.
I don't know. You saw
Admiral
these.
was great, but Moses Malone to me was better than David Robinson.
David Robinson, man.
He was good. He was very
He had some
good. The
years.
Admiral.
10-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA, 8-time All-Defensive, 1 Rookie of the Year, 1 an MVP, 1 Defensive Player of the Year 1 year, scoring championship.
I don't know if Moses Malone ever won like Defensive Player of the Year. I think.
No, he
think
was
so.
2-time All-Defense. Two all defensive teams.
Okay. No, I think Moses Malone was better than David Robinson. If I had to choose,
I can't.
just from my memory and how it feels, I got to go Moses over David Robinson.
Yeah, similar stats. Moses is a 20-12 career, shoots 50% from the field. And David Robinson is 21-10, couple assists, 2.5 assists. He shoots 51.8%. Yeah, so very similar stats.
Okay.
Very similar stats. I mean, it's just crazy to me that Joker is now. I mean, he has to be in that conversation, and he does it in a way that is totally different. You know, Joker is what the Sabonis's and the Vlade Divacs of the world. Wanted to be, but the game was different back then, and he's just, you can see other players that now are coming into the league, whether it be this guy Derek Queen or it be Sengun, they're being given the freedoms that they are, or that they're given because of Joker and what he's been able to do, and it's just been so interesting to watch him overall, and just not just his development of him, like the development of his game, but you can see that since he started playing, even that we're that team and that coaching staff is still learning how to fully deploy everything that he can do. Like, they had to totally change what they thought about basketball to be able to get the most out of this transcendent player.
Yeah, no, he's as you say, he is transcendent, and he will do some things to change the game, as he already has and will continue to do. He's a hell of a ball player, man, and that's why I put him on my list. I mean, you can't exclude him. He's just too good to exclude.
Catch us every week on YouTube or wherever you find your podcast. Please follow, like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification button on all platforms. Really appreciate all the love. You can find us on all socials at Independent Nick. That's Independent N.I.C. Love you, big guy.
Love you, kid.